Today I'm going to share how to work with resistance bands, and it might surprise you how I work with resistance bands in some ways. So make sure to check out the whole video, even if you're intermediate or a pro. So I will start with some warm-up exercises that will help you to stay injury-free as well. So there are some important movements, for example, that will activate the scapula and to strengthen the joints for calisthenics. So make sure to check also the warming up exercises. I have three different sizes today, and I will start with the one in the middle. And we start with straight arms, as close as possible for you. And then you want to open up, go back and forth with straight arm. The closer the arms you'll get, the more you're progressing for your mobility work. So right now the arms are straight, so that helps for the straight arm work. So my arms are straight, I'm going back and forth behind my back. If you can, grab it a little bit closer. If it is too hard, just grab it a little bit wider. And I will continue quite quickly through all the exercises, so if you want to do a follow along, you just need to pause the video, and so you can do it on your own pace. So we're gonna start with the next one. The left one for me is on top, the right one I'm moving back and forth with a straight arm again. And of course it's important to do both sides, so make sure you will switch when you pause the video. So if you have that one, then continue to the next one. Just grab the band and you open it up, push the chest towards the resistance band and go back. Straight arms again. You are allowed to bend them a little bit, but for now the important thing is to bring the shoulder blades together while you're bringing the resistance band backwards. So the chest is going to the resistance band and the resistance band is going to the chest. Next to that, make sure your wrist is aligned into a neutral position. The neutral position is not when the arm is fully straight here, but a little bit off around, let's say, 15 degrees, then you have a neutral position. Then we are up to the next exercise. Put it around the pole. Then go through the hole, grab the resistance band, walk backwards, go as low as possible. Try to bring it into an open position in the shoulder. So if you're here, then it's closed. Bring it down so the shoulder will open up. And then with the straight arm, you pull your shoulder into your pocket. So with a straight arm, you're gonna pull it towards your pocket like this. Don't forget to also do the other arm. And for the next exercise, I will use the thinner resistance band. Put the elbow into the body and move it outwards. Neutral position in the wrist again, and then only move it outside. Try to keep the elbow on the spot. So a lot of people will go outwards, but you need to have the elbow into your body, and then you're moving outwards. If you have done this for the right side, go to the left side, and after that you will switch, go around, and you do inside. So just like I did before was towards the outside, and now I'm going to do it to the inside. I will turn so you can see it on the front. So elbow again into the body. Don't move too much forward, but keep it stick into that body position here. And then you move it like that. Then we're going to the next exercise that will be straight arm circles. So the arm is locked, wrist in a neutral position, and you're moving circles. Forward, small circles, not so big. And you're just trying to keep the lock in the elbow, which helps a lot for the straight arm exercises. Now I'm going back to the thicker resistance band, and I'm gonna do some rows. I move the shoulder forward. First, I bring it backwards and back all the way. Then forward. You see my shoulder is not staying in this position, but it is allowed to go forward, backwards, pull it in as far as possible. And if you've done this, we're gonna switch towards the chest. So on this point, you keep your elbow, or I mean your shoulder, in the same position, and you're gonna move back and forth, neutral position in the wrist, and you push the resistance band forward, and the shoulder keeps on a place, not really forward, neutral position, and keep it there. Don't try to keep the body engaged, so don't twist while you're pushing yourself. Now keep it there, push forward, backwards. So for now, I'm going to switch to the higher bar. The middle resistance bands is which I'm using. And for this position, I'm gonna start low. The resistance band is high, straight arms, shoulders are forward, and I go up and down. So I'm pushing the resistance band down, and when the resistance band is going down, I'm going up. So really good warm-up exercise for the front lever, since you're pushing the bar down, of course, and here I'm pushing the resistance band down. If you're working in this way, you're working nearly full range of motion for the big muscles for the back. So that's why I suggest to do it this way. Also an option, if you think it's a bit hard, then only do it in this way. It's also an option. I leave that up to you. So for the next exercise, I'm gonna put my leg into the resistance band, and I'm going to lift it sidewards. Slightly bend the arm, don't go completely straight. A little bit, the body is going a little bit forward, just slightly, and then you're raising towards the side. And while you're raising to the side, you want to reach as far as possible outwards. So don't be like this, but try to really go outwards while you're lifting that resistance band upwards. And so for the next exercise, I'm gonna grab the resistance bands with two hands. I'm just gonna spread it a bit outwards, and I'm pulling the resistance bands into my face. That's why it's called face pulls. Try to keep the forearms vertical while you're going outside, and push the shoulder blades towards each other while you're pulling the resistance band. So for the next exercise, you put the resistance bands below the feet. Gonna sit up straight, grab the resistance bands, for me a bit lower. The more you go towards the feet, the harder it will be. You're just trying to open up the shoulders. Arms are straight, and open up the shoulders. So you're bringing the hands as far as possible backwards while you're sitting straight. So don't be like this position. Push up, like pull. Like imagine that there's a string pulling yourself upwards, and then you're gonna open up the shoulders like that, as far as possible backwards. And yes, if you're gonna train the lower body, then I suggest you to do a warm-up for that as well. But for that, I would recommend you just to do regular squats, lunges, etc. So in the workout exercises, I'm going to explain some ways how to make exercises heavier with the resistance bands for the legs. So make sure to stay on that so you can see those exercises as well. So not many people are using this way of resistance bands that I'm going to show now. It is for the push-up or handstand push-up, and it can be really useful. In the end, I will also share you a way how you can use it for your handstand press. but that's a bit different way of using the resistance band. But first, we're gonna start with one band, throwing it over the bar. You see two loops. I'm gonna put the resistance bands through the two loops. So in this way, I made myself a harness that I could step on. So I'm gonna put an arm per loop. I'm gonna fix it that it is even, and then I'm going to put down the handles, the parallels, and then I'm going to do my push-ups. In this way I can go full range of motion with the little help of the resistance bands. When you want to use this system for the handstand push-up, then you're gonna start with placing your hands on the ground or on the parallels, and if you kick up, you're trying to rub the feet around the resistance band. So around the resistance band, the other one is free, and then you're gonna perform your reps. And you see, I keep my feet with the resistance band on the same spot, and I'm just moving while I'm going up and down. So in this way, I can practice my full range of motion of handstand push-ups. Of course, I can go in a bigger range of motion if I have higher parallels, but that's up to you. So you can use the resistance bands in different ways for the pull-up. So throw it around, go through, pull it through. So you can put it in your knees. Then it will be less assistance. If you want to have more assistance, put the feet. It's always important that you will notice how you have the position of your leg or feet if you do it. If you do it like this, then make sure that you have your knee always bent. So if you're feeling that you're straightening the leg, you see what happens. So make sure to keep it safe, otherwise it will hit you somewhere. You don't want to have it there. Same as for the feet. If you put your feet in it, don't point your feet. It will go back and it will be there before you know. So make sure to always have your feet horizontal. Put it in the little hole on the shoe or in the hole in your feet.
Grab the bar a bit wider than shoulder width apart. Then push the shoulders down so the ears will be free from the shoulders. Then pull up and go down. And while you're pulling, you're trying to push the shoulders all the time downwards. Then when you're going up, chin above the bar and go down. It's up to you if you keep your shoulders active or inactive. If you're pulling up and you want a full range of motion, you're not pulling only when the chin is above the bar, but you try to hit the chest with the bar. But I'll leave that up to you.
So if you don't have a pull-up bar, but you want to make the push-ups easier, you can put your knees on the ground, but you can also use a resistance band. So if you cross over, so you have the resistance band double, then put it over your arms, and the higher, the more it helps. So you have it like this, and then I'm going to perform the push-up. So I rotate my pelvis so my lower back is straight, and from there the wrists are in neutral position. Activate the shoulders, and then when I'm squeezing my glutes, I'm going up and down while the resistance band is helping me on the lower point of the push-up. But if you want to make it heavier, that is also possible. So then you're going to put a resistance band behind your back. You can do it one side or make it even heavier, two sides. So I would recommend you to have the resistance band below the arms, so they are not like this, but they are here, and then put them on or around your shoulder blades, around the thumbs, and then like you normally do, you're gonna perform your regular push-up. If you want to have some more resistance or all the way, then just grab them a bit lower. Then you don't have it around your thumbs anymore. Put the resistance band down below your hands, and then you're gonna perform your push-ups as well. So if you want to make the dips easier, you can do the same as for the push-ups. Put the loop around the thumbs. Then when you put it on the bars, try to have that loop down below your hands. You're gonna jump up and put in the knees, and in this way you can do your dips. And if you want to have some more resistance, use a thicker band or simply step in with the feet for more help. If you feel the resistance band is slipping away, you could also consider to put the hands through the loop like this. So, and when you're doing it, then you will recognize that if you put the legs or the knees in it, that it will pull slightly into your hands. If you're not comfortable with that, then just use the other way that I just showed before. Important for the dips, when you start, you want to make your ears clear from the shoulders. So push up and push down the bars. So you're not like this, but you're like this. And I'm gonna step in with the feet, going down. Try to reach horizontal with the upper arms, back up. Go a bit backwards while you're going down and up, all the way up. Not till here, up and down. But when dips are quite easy for you, you could also make it heavier. Just simply put the resistance band around your neck, put the resistance band on the bar, jump up and perform your reps with the resistance band around your neck. So then for the legs, if you want, you can use the resistance band with your lunges. Put the resistance band in the front foot, opposite shoulder, and then you're going up and down while you're doing your lunge. I always recommend to push the knee forward as far as possible and then go back up. That's really good for bulletproof knees. You need to build up that strength, so make sure to start without a band and then build up slowly with thicker and thicker bands. So in this way you can do the lunge. If you want to, you can keep your body upright while you're going up and down. Push the knee forward, and that left knee in this case is going towards the ground. If the ground is really hard, make sure to softly touch it or not touch it. This ground is really soft, so I can push the knee onto the ground. So you can use the resistance band also for the squats. Just step in with both legs, sit down, put it over the neck, go back up. I'm gonna check if the microphone is not between it. So, and then from this position, you can simply do your squats while the resistance band is trying to avoid that you're going back up, so that makes it harder. While you're doing your squats, make sure to push the knees a bit outwards, not too much, but imagine that there is a line between the feet and you want to separate that line, or a paper, you want to tear up that paper. So while you're doing that, you see what the knees are doing. They are pushing outwards. I'm trying, while I'm doing this exercise, I'm trying to keep the lower back straight. Don't breathe in through the chest, breathing into the belly. So that means fully exhale, inhale through the nose, and then I'm going to bring my chest slightly a little bit towards the pelvic, and then in this position I'm going to keep my core engaged while going up and down. And then for the hamstrings, you can also do the deadlift. Different ways. You can step on one loop and just simply do your deadlifts like that, or you can double it and then you have loops here, and then you're gonna start. Important when you start is that you exhale, then inhale through the nose, then slightly bring the chest towards the pelvis and then lock out the knees, go up and down with the resistance bands or the hands while you keep your back straight. And while you're going up and down, it's not necessary to push the hips completely forward. This will even ruin your form, so I would say always go back to neutral, and that's it. So knees slightly out of the lock, then brace, so keep the core engaged, and then I'm moving up and down. And while I'm doing this, I have my shoulders in neutral position. So if I round my upper back, you see my upper back is rounding, and that's not what I want. So that's why I say keep it in neutral position for this straight leg deadlift. So now I'm going to share you a weird way of using the resistance band that is not really comfortable. But first I want to tell you that I'm going to use 2 resistance bands. So that's also possible. When the thick one is too much, you can also use 2 in a combination. So that can help also a bit more than just 1. So I'm going to tell you how to get into this position. It's a bit hard in the beginning, so make sure to notice what I'm doing. I'm going to start with sitting into the resistance bands and going fully through. So sit down and go fully through. Then from there, grab the resistance band, push it down and go with 1 foot over the complete set. So like this. So I'm pushing it down, going fully over, and while I'm doing this, I'm going to switch, and now it is between the butt cheeks. Then from there, I'm going to put my hands on the on the parallels or on the ground. It's what you prefer. Then I'm going to lean like I'm doing a handstand press. I lift my body upside down, and I am in a straddle handstand. I would recommend you to stay straddle, so the resistance band will stick on its place. And then you can go simply, slowly down as well. Thumbs up if you saw a new exercise with the resistance band. And also share with your friends so you all will progress faster. If we're talking about progress, I want to help you with progressing into calisthenics, into your lifestyle even. So if you're interested into this, go to the description, check out henryvermeer.com. I will also make sure that the resistance bands link is also in the description. So if you're interested into this as well, check it out. Let's see you the next time. Maybe I have some more interesting content for you.